Joining me now is Libya's Charge d'Affaires, Abubakar Karmos. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
To have you with us. Tell us about your thoughts with Canada, since we seem to be back in the diplomatic relationship of business. What are your thoughts on that? Is this how positive is this for you?
Well, that's that's a very positive step from the Canadian side. As you all know, Canada was there from the start. It played a leading role in protecting the Libyan civilian by implementing the UN resolution, and it has done a very good job. And now it's nice to see Canada taking a leading role, being back to Libya, and by reopening the Canadian embassy on Tripoli. This will give the obviously, for the Canadian diplomat being on the ground, it will give them a better understanding of the situation, assess the needs of the transitional period in Libya, and to get in touch with the Libyan relevant authorities there to work together and see what is needed for Libya at the moment.
I think, is Canada one of the first to establish?
It's one of the first, yes. There are quite a few other countries. Some of them are already there. Some of them they are on the way. They're sending teams, to assess the situation. We're coming out of a war, and Tripoli now is quite safe, the capital, and that's why we see countries are going back, and it's nice to see all these countries going back there.
Obviously, as you said, it's still, you're literally weeks after the war ended. What's the sort of status of Canadian investments? Should Canadian business be looking to start talking to the Transitional Council about their investments there, or how should they go about doing that?
Well, the Canadians, they're already there. Some of the Canadian companies, they already had some operation in Libya, and we very much like to see those companies to continue their operation in Libya. And obviously we would like to see more of them coming. Libya now needs, it's coming. Because of the devastation of the last 6 months, we are looking to improve the infrastructure, to rebuild the country, as a whole, economically. And we can see Canada playing a very good role, Canadian companies and Canadian business in this regard.
I know it's so early, and it's probably unfair to ask you, but what will the rules of business be? Will they be the same as before? They can't be the same as before. You're not under a dictator anymore. What will it be?
No, it will be the same as in any other civilized, hopefully democratic, lawful countries. There should be. We don't want to see any more corruption, any more kickbacks. Fair game, fair play for all international companies to do business in Libya, and that's what the Libyan people would like to see.
Obviously, part of this re-establishing of ties is to free up the assets that were frozen when Gaddafi started turning on his own people. Any idea what the money might be used for when it goes back to Libya?
Well, for now, it's going to be used for humanitarian purposes, to pay wages, because for the last 6 months, people, they've gone through terrible times. We have people without wages for 5-6 months. There is shortage of medical supplies and food in some areas, electricity in some areas, and water supplies. So we'd like to see the money to be used for those areas. And it's a Libyan money. Obviously, we would like to lift the freeze on all the assets, so the NTC can have the power to use this money for the Libyan people, and we will use it as we see fit in the areas that it's really needed.
Like humanitarian causes, because there's a lot of problems over there.
We have a lot of injured people that need taken care of. We have to rehabilitate airports, main communication system, the transportation system. So there is quite a need, and we have the money, so we just want to get our hands on the money so we can use it now.
Now, obviously, you were an official at the embassy under Gaddafi, but you quit as soon as that took over. I know you don't want to get into too much detail, but could you tell us the state of the embassy here? Is it operational again, or are you sort of a one-man show?
Well, it's not a one-man show. We are in the process of reopening the embassy. As you know, the embassy was closed. Those last diplomats were declared persona non grata by the Canadian government, and they closed down everything, and they took away everything with them. So I'm in the process of, let's say, setting up a new embassy. We're doing okay. It's quite challenging, but we're managing, and hopefully it won't be long before the embassy will be back operational, normal operation, and the embassy, providing service for the Libyan community in Canada and providing information and service for Canadian as well.
Good. Did you get the cars back? I know they were on their way across the ocean.
Well, they are on the way back.
They're on their way back?
I hope so, yeah.
Good. You need a car to get around.
Of course, of course.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.